Man, you looking real. That couch look real small on you, brother. I'm like,
6'7", 327 pounds.
Massive.
Yeah.
Man, you have a legendary story, man. You've been through a lot. You've seen a lot. And we want to get all the way into it, man. First off, though, you from that STL.
St. Louis, Missouri, born and raised.
Man, depending on what part of it we talking about, you in the trenches.
North side, North St. Louis, and then I moved to a subdivision called Welston. That's the place Nelly said when he got a problem, he go get his Welston niggas. That's where I'm from, Welston.
So give us a little childhood memory about growing up in Welston, for anybody who ain't never been to that side.
Well, I got 2 books out, bro. One book is called Gene Deal, My World of Bodyguard and a Hip Hop Star. And the second one is Gene Deal, Life After Death, When Bodyguard and a Hip Hop Star. The first book tells about my childhood. Growing up in Welston, I met my mother at the age of 12 years old, where I moved out from St. Louis, from the north side, to the Welston, Missouri, where my mother was at. Welston is it's the ghetto among ghettos. There's only 6,000 people. People ain't stop at the stop sign when you went to Welston. So if you know what that's talking about, if you came out of Welston, you had to educate yourself, because the school district, if you came out of high school, you probably had a 6th or 7th grade education.
So let me ask you, for those that, some people know your story and they see you on this couch, so they know what we're about to get into. As a curiosity, for those who don't know, your profession was a bodyguard.
Not at all.
Okay, go ahead, please.
My profession I was professionally a New York State parole officer, where I worked for 27 years.
Okay.
You understand? My second profession was an investigator for Elite Investigation, where I ran the investigations of housing projects in the city, Lambert Housing, Taino Towers, Eastchester Manor, some of the roughest housing projects in the city in the Bronx. My third profession, which wasn't like what you might say a bodyguard, I started what you call, with some other guys, ASAP Ferg Father, Mike Cock, myself, we started what we call the Same Gang. The Same Gang was a group of guys who, at the time, Harlem was coming up. Instead of them having cliques and they call cliques and crews, instead of them having gangs and stuff like that, we were people that partied together, you know what I'm saying, had a lot of fun, gave picnics, and that's where you got your guy Sean Combs came in when we brought him into the Same Gang. So I was like what y'all call now an OG because I started it, you understand? So then Puff had some problems at the place called The Building and the Red Zone. Red Zone and The Building was parties that he was doing. The Building was the unsigned hype. If you ever seen Juice and the guy was doing the turntables and stuff like that, I think it was Omar Epps or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was Omar.
Right, that was The Building. That's where they was giving the parties there, where you had leaders of the new school, Queen Latifah, different groups coming there showing their talent, Naughty by Natures and all like that. They would show their talent there. So Puff was having problems there, and D. Ferg, one of the leaders of the Same Gang, which is ASAP Ferg Father, said, yo, Gene, Puff need, some help, man. He need to get that money home at night and everything like that, to Kirk Burroughs and stuff like that. So why don't you go help him out? I said, I ain't got no problem with that. So I put him up under my wing, so I started helping him out, by, making sure when the end of the party and stuff like that, get in the car, bring him uptown. So to answer your question, I'm sorry about that, my profession first was, like I said, parole officer, then investigator, which it was with the housing projects and stuff like that. Then that bodyguard thing was just me looking after, people that was in our crew and clique. Right.
So is it safe to say that you were familiar with like the music industry of some sorts before Puff came to picture?
Well, I think that I got involved with the music industry because a guy named Tim Dog. If you know, Tim Dog is not the one who had the that F. Compton thing. Tim Dog was one of the A&Rs for Uptown Records. He went on to be a president of Island Records, the president, I think he was the president of A&R over Arista Records. They was having problems at parties, because dudes in New York didn't think they could wait online. So I became that dude that got a clique together, got a crew together, and we started doing security at the front doors at all the Uptown Record parties, all the parties that Tim Dog, Butt Naked, and different people was giving. You understand? And whereas that people didn't try to bum rush the door no more. People didn't try to, run up in the parties and, you understand? So I became famous with that.
You more like a problem solver or a problem deflector, I guess, if problems come to the door.
Well, it wasn't just me, it was my team.
Yeah, the whole team is...
The team was like, I hired 4 officers and I hired about 8 dudes that was from the streets, you understand? And one cop and had dogs.
When you're putting together a team, what are you looking for inside of a man to know if he's built for this?
Well, if you hang with us, you built for it, point blank. We didn't look for guys outside our crew.
So when you were at these parties and, making sure things were going certain situations, were there any younger cats that we might recognize today that would ever try to act like they were better than or try to force their way or push their way past y'all?
That came in the later days, man. That came when dudes would have 20 or 30 guys with them because they were scared. You understand? But you got to realize when you have certain people that was out there with me, you had Slick, Tima. These guys are known in the street. Yeah. They the godfather of some of the biggest gangsters that you heard of. Alpo, Lou Sims. You understand? They respected them. Yeah. So now when I got them working and they part of the team and they running the security like that, ain't nobody gonna try nothing, bro.
So, man, let's get right to it then. To be what you were doing in your team, y'all had to have seen some evil shit, some pretty fucked up shit coming from niggas with money, I'm assuming.
Well, you see that from niggas who don't have money also.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you see a lot of shit. It is what it is.
So, I have to ask you then, because sometimes when you see let's say a Puff, you might have a manager who might be an enabler, to help him get to her, like an R. Kelly, whoever. Then you have their bodyguards or security unit who might allow some things to take place. Might see it and just, hey, we're going to just allow it because, hey, it's the essence. What was your mentality when it comes to the enablers or the people that allow or just what, how did you approach the situation that you're like, I don't know about that?
I don't know what you mean by that question. That was such a broad and asinine ass question that it's hard to answer something like that.
Let me be more direct.
Be direct, bro.
Let me be more direct.
Yeah.
Were you an enabler or did you allow or see stuff that you're like, man, I ain't gonna jump in that?
Bro,
go ahead.
Criminals do crimes with criminals. I've never been a criminal. You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So now, if you're looking to answer something about Puff, Puff ain't the Puff. Puff had different phases of his life that y'all don't understand. And let's get down to the nitty gritty of it. You understand? First you got Puff Daddy, who had Daddy's house and the parties and things like that. Then you had Puff. You understand? Then you had Diddy. Then you had Brother Love and then Love. I had Puff around the stage when he was Puff Daddy and Puff and some of Diddy. Not the new Diddy that they gave the diddler and everything like that. So he ain't the guy, he wasn't the guy that y'all see now back then when he was in Harlem. You understand? He was the guy that our crew chased down the street because he was trying to be a part of it and he ran. You understand? We brought him back, beat the shit out of him, hit him in the head with cake spoon, with champagne and all the other shit like that. He was wanted to be a part of us. He was the one who used to beg don't go to the party, please, please, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, so he can walk in the club with us. You understand? So to answer that question, bro, you're not doing nothing that's gonna cost my livelihood. You understand? You're not gonna do anything in front of me to cost my livelihood. You understand? Now, have I seen some shit? I seen a dude come up in the club and blow somebody's head off. I see the smoke running through the crowd trying to get to the lights. You understand? At a New Year's Eve party. So now I see this guy laying on the ground with his head tore down to the white meat. Did I know who did it? No. Did somebody tell me it's about to happen? Yes, they did. Yo, Gene, somebody got a gun in here. No, they didn't. We searched everybody. He came through the back door of the kitchen. You understand?
Yeah.
Because it was a restaurant that was giving a party. Yeah. The guy came through the back. I run and turn on the light. And as soon as I hit the light switch, you see, pow, and the gun smoke. Dude ran. That's the kind of crazy shit we see. You see girls having sex in the bathroom. That's crazy shit. You grab them with the guys and you throw them out the club. You understand?
Yeah.
So
it gets like that.
Right.